Phil Jurkovec is the new quarterback for Boston College.
He has been all that was advertised and more for the Eagles.
Stays on his feet, now has a man open, and it is caught. What a job staying with the play.
Just look at Phil, man, how tough he is. Just can't say enough about him, man. I love that guy.
In downfield, they go to start the game, and it's Zay Flowers, one of the most explosive receivers in the ACC. Jurkovec, pressure, goes to the end zone, and that ball, Zay Flowers catches for a touchdown. Slant, Lewis scores.
Touchdown again, that's Lewis again.
Wow! What a score! C.J. Lewis, bobbling, circus, and how about it?
Tell you what, it ain't your granddaddy's Boston College offense. Used to the ground and pound. This offense explosive. Here to talk about Boston College. I'm Jordan Cornette. I'm here to ask the questions. E.J. Manuel, Coach Jeff Hafley of Boston College. So nice of you to join us now. And Coach, your second year at Boston College, a phenomenal first season, but you're a rookie at the ACC Kickoffs here because of COVID last year. How are you enjoying the experience so far?
It's been great so far. Everybody's been awesome. New experience. I feel like a rookie. I feel like I'm going into my first year being a head coach in so many different ways. We're kind of talking, it was like last year was kind of like a practice run.
Right.
But I'm excited to be here. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be around so many good coaches and good people.
Well, Coach, what did that game versus Clemson do for your team's confidence? I mean, you guys went blow for blow with those guys, and I think everybody in the country was like, okay, BC can be one of those teams that we're talking about nationally, not just in the ACC. So what did that game do for your guys' confidence?
Well, I think it did just what you said. I think when you play a team like Clemson, I think a lot of times they beat you before you even step on the field. And when I was at Ohio State, I felt like we beat teams before we even played the game. And I wasn't going to let that happen. I wanted to show them they play football like we do. And yeah, they're talented, and they got great players, and they're the team in the ACC right now. But we needed to go down there and play them, and we needed to be confident. And what that game did, as hard as it was, and I probably still have nightmares about it, and probably watched it 500 times, but it gave our guys belief in each other and in the coaches, and it gave them confidence. And I could see it kind of turn after that game. Our guys believed they could line up and play with anybody, and they needed that so badly. Yeah. And that did it for them.
As impressive as you were in year one, Coach Hafley, you'd have to say the same about your quarterback and Phil Jurkovec and what he was able to do for that Boston College offense. I talked about it's not your granddaddy's Boston College offense. No disrespect to the past, but it was a lot of running before. A quarterback like that, you're airing this thing out. What does he mean to your team and your offense?
He means so much. It's who we're going to be. We're going to run the ball. We got to run the ball better this year. And I think we have more of an identity after having a full spring ball. We know what we want to do. And then the run action off of that. We want to throw the ball down the field. Then we're going to drop back. You know, we're a little different. We huddle. We line up under center. We have 5-step, 7-step. We'll line up in the gun, but we're going to throw the football. And he means a lot to us. One of the things about him is just how tough he is. This guy will stand in there, stare down a backer, a defensive end, sit in there, take a hit, and release the ball. And I think he's earned the respect of every single guy on our team. Tough guy who can make all the throws.
Well, Coach, obviously last year was a COVID year, so can't really say it was truly your first year as far as it being a normal season. But what was the biggest learning lesson you had in your first year as a head coach?
A lot of learning lessons, a lot of them. And the pandemic probably made me learn a lot faster than I would have liked to. The biggest thing I probably learned as a head coach is I'm not going to get to coach quite as much as I want, and I have to be okay with that. I got to be there for the players. I got to go around to the quarterback room. I got to go to the linebacker room. I got to go to the running back room. I got to go to the O-line room. And I got to show all the groups that I'm their head coach. I can't spend the whole practice period down with the defense, even though I'd love to. I got to go over on the offensive side. I can't root for the defense every single practice. As much as I'd love it, I got to like slap Phil a high five when he completes a pass, even though I'm not happy. But I got to be the head coach, you know, and that's the biggest thing that I've learned. I got a great staff. I got three great coordinators and great assistants, and I got to let them coach. And I got to help, but I got to be the head coach.
Well, so let's talk about that defense. Let's talk about recruiting because you knocked it out of the park. The best recruiting class for Boston College this year in 2021 in the ESPN 300 era. C.J. Burton, a big part of that coming into that secondary, a corner, very highly ranked, will help you there. What kind of impact can he have for you guys this season?
I think he's going to have an impact. I think there's quite a few freshmen who are going to have playing time, especially on the defensive side. We're younger on defense. We've got a lot of guys back on offense. And I tell the team all the time, if a guy on our team deserves to play, I'm going to play him. And if that means we rotate in corners, nickel, safety, D-line, linebackers, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to get those guys ready to play. But staff's done a phenomenal job of recruiting, and our players do an unbelievable job recruiting. And it's been a lot of fun to see and be a part of.
Well, Coach, when I watched you guys on tape last year, and Jordan, you talk about the BC of pass, you guys, the DBs to me, Coach, they look like the ones you had at Ohio State, that I went against at Tampa when you were the defensive coordinator at Tampa Bay. Where did that growth come from those guys as far as their confidence and just their moxie and their swag out there on the field? Where did that come from?
Well, I want to give credit to the DB coach, Coach Azar. I want those guys to be fearless. I don't want them to be afraid of getting a pass interference call. I don't want to be paralyzed when the ball's in the air. Go play the ball. Go try to make a play. Don't be afraid to make plays. And that's what playing DB is all about. You can't be tentative. You're going to give up catches. You're going to get a PI, and it's okay. Slap them on the back, man. Go. You're still better than them. Go cover them the next time. And that's the mentality. I just want them to practice so hard, compete so hard, and on game day be fearless. And go try to make plays down the field. And if you don't, line up and you're still the man. And that's what I'm trying to build with that group.
So it sounds like, Coach, that's a lot of the philosophy defensively, and it reflects in the stats, right? I mean, you guys recovered 12 fumbles last year, the most in the ACC. So it speaks to being opportunistic. Is that something that you push on these guys when you say go make a play? It's also go get the football.
Absolutely. The two things we talk about is eliminate explosives and attacking the football. And that's how I believe you win football games. And it's everything we talk about in practice. I want our whole team to play fearless. There's none of this when you line up, hey, move to the left, move to the right. No, like when we get to that field on Saturday, the work's done. Go let it rip. Play with confidence. Have fun with each other. Enjoy it. But be fearless and go make plays. Offense, defense, special teams. I want the whole team having that attitude. I'm not going to grab a guy and scream at him on game day if he tries to make a play and it doesn't work out. Now, if he does something that he shouldn't be doing, I'll let him know about it. But a guy makes a mistake, Phil throws an interception, let the next one rip. DB doesn't make a play, you're still the man, go out and get it. And that's the whole mentality of our football team right now.
Well, Coach, obviously we all know name, image, and likeness has been a huge thing all of college football, all of the country is experiencing right now. How has your team handled that, and where, I guess, is their priority as far as still focusing on football?
That's a good question. And when it came out, we had a team meeting. And all I said, hey, guys, I'm going to support you. And I want to help you. This is about the players. But let's do it the right way. Let's communicate. Let's be transparent. Let me help you so you don't get in a jam. Let's talk about it all. But the quickest way to be defeated is to be distracted. And this can't be a distraction for us. And this is going to be a distraction for some teams. And I got a good feel after everything we've been through together, this won't distract us. Everything we talk about is for the team. And I'm all for guys making some money. And I'm all for guys building their brand. But if it becomes bigger than the team, that's going to be a problem. And I don't think we have a group that's going to let that happen.
When we talk about name, image, and likeness, I think of the image of Zay Flowers, an image of him just out there being explosive, making plays, stretching the defense, getting vertical. Where would you like to see him take that next step and evolve his game?
Just consistency. When we got here, he was talked about as a jet sweep, reverse, bubble screen guy. And we soon found out that he wasn't. He could run all the routes in the route tree. He could stretch the field. He can run intermediate routes. He can run option routes. And now I think it's consistency and doing it in every practice, doing it in every games. Because now, the word's out. He's going to have more than one person over there paying attention to him. So he's going to have some adversity. And it could be early on when teams are trying to take him away. Now we'll find ways to move him around and do all those things. Just consistency. He's a special guy. He's the type of guy lights up a room. Big smile, ton of energy, incredible human being. Never had a bad day in his life, that type of guy. You guys would love to be around him. But he's an explosive guy. And short, not small, Very strong. One of the strongest guys on our football team.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Coach, I have a huge, affinity for Phil Jurkovec. When I watch him on tape, to me, he jumps out as an NFL guy.
You got a chance to meet him yet?
I met him. I got a chance to talk to him in the hall. He's out of Iowa meeting. He's out of Iowa meeting, and I love it. So how has he grown in the spring and even now going up into the summer camps? I'm sure he's been doing 7-on-7 with his teammates and things like that. What areas has he grown the most?
Confidence, leadership, the arm's there. He processes quicker now because he knows what he's doing. He'll take a check down now quicker, as you know, which in college football, check downs could go for a long way. Decision making, but just leadership and confidence when he comes out of that huddle. In spring ball, I could just see it building and building and building, and I'm so excited to see him in training camp.
Yeah, we're excited to watch you play this year. I mean, especially the impact you guys had year one, both you and Phil, and the rest of that team, and what you guys can do. It's going to be an exciting year, and there'll be fans there in those stadiums watching you guys. It'll be a nice element to this whole thing. Coach Jeff Hafley, really appreciate the time. Best of luck this season.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.